Hey guys, so I think I'm gonna start doing book reviews. You can let me know in the comments whether or not that's something that you would care to see. I read a lot of books. You know, as much as I read comic books, I read actual novels, and I watch a lot of booktube videos and stuff like that. But I was watching somebody new named Cheeker Joy, and I'll leave a link down below that she was reviewing Jurassic Park, and I thought, man, I would really like to start doing book reviews because I read a lot of books. Uh, I mean, you think I read a lot of comic books, man? I read a lot of freaking books. So I was trying to figure out what it was that I wanted to do as a book review. And I mean, it would be really easy for me to do like a V Wars by Jonathan Mayberry, which is a, a book that goes along with the V Wars comic series. Strongly recommend this to anybody that reads the V Wars comic series. You should check this out, man. A lot of background, the origins of the plague, and everything that happens in that book. Really freaking cool. Or, I could talk about Ready Player One, which is just a freaking awesome book. Can't wait. Steven Spielberg's making this into a movie. I can't wait for that, man. Or, this companion book to Winterworld by Chuck Dixon. If you read the Winterworld series, strongly recommend this. Seriously gives a lot of background to Scully and what's going on with him. I mean, that's not even his name. He just got it off a pair of overalls. I mean, all his upbringing and where he got up in that series is all in that Winterworld book. But if I've got to review a book that I wish everybody would frickin' read, it's Mila 18, man, by Leon Ruiz. Is the guy that wrote Exodus. Uh, this is much along the same lines as Exodus, but this is set in the Warsaw Ghetto, and just the way that it plays all sides. A lot of time when I read Holocaust type stuff, I always wonder why it is that the Jews didn't do more to try to fight back against people. I love movies like Defiance, where they just basically retreated to the woods and fought off the Germans and everything. This is a really freaking interesting book because it's not only dealing with the resistance inside the Warsaw Ghetto, but it lets you have some insight to the Germans that were already stationed in Warsaw and the Jews that took the side of the Germans, which I completely understand. Why it is that that would happen, but the way that this book broke it down, it's just absolutely one of the best Holocaust books that I've ever read, outside of Children of the Ashes, which is about Joseph Mengele's children that he experimented on during World War II, which is awesome. This is basically it's based on true events. It's kind of a true story. It follows, like I say, the Jews that are inside the Warsaw Ghetto from before they go into the Warsaw Ghetto to the deciding that they're going to form a resistance to the actual resistance happening itself. It also follows the Germans that are already in Warsaw and just the feelings that all these people have about what's going on in the ghetto. You see this German that basically was friends with all these people, that whenever the extermination orders come, he is really conflicted, but he doesn't really have any choice. You hear a lot of times how I was just following orders or something like that, and I think that's kind of a pitiful excuse for what happened here. But, reading this book, I see how the evolution of how it is that he got to that feeling, how it is that he had to carry out those orders and everything else. this is kind of told from an outside standpoint, kind of a third person type of thing going on, told by a newspaper reporter, and he's kind of there as like a sympathetic voice to try to be a propaganda voice for the Nazis, and that's not really the way that uh, it works out. And I just thought that this was an amazing book, and I wish more people would read this. And like I say, my first talk about a book. If you got any questions, comments, you know, things that I should do differently talking about books, by all means, man, tell me what I should do. That would be awesome. But I'm gonna get off here and get around reading something,